Welcome in everybody to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This is the I-85 Late Model Stock Series Playoff Race number 1, Know Your Role 100, live from the Urandale Speedway. What you looking at, we got about 16 cars ready to spread out the field tonight here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, ready to get shaken here. There's the number 24 of James Fountain and his HendrickCars.com, number 24 Late Model Machine. Taking off turns 3 and 4 here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here on the TikTok. Slap that like button, press that follow button, counting down the moments until qualifying. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys joining in here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This is the I-85 Late Model Stock Series Playoff Race number 1, Know Your Role 100, live from the Urandale Speedway. That's the number 12 of Blake Crane, drive number 12. Blake Crane driving the CT designed after start speed 12 machine here in the I-85 Late Model. Guys, trying to dial in these race cars here as we're counting down the time to the qualifying session. 24 James Fountain will roll up to the back bumper, the number 29, Kenny Jofferson. Kenny Jofferson out here, the PSR TV number 29 machine. He'll roll around the back end of James Fountain here. Here comes Robert Rotundo. Him and the number 30 making contact here in the qualifying session. Screwing around here. That should do it. Coming up soon here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Slap that like button. Press that follow button so you don't miss a thing. That'll do it here for the qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. We'll kill the music here for the qualifying time. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll get ready and set for 75 laps here in the all-out I-85 Late Model Stock Series. Who's going to be contestant number 1? It will be number 24, James Fountain, here for the qualifying session in Greenville, South Carolina, here at the Urandale Speedway. James Fountain, winless here. The I-85 Late Model Stock Series, he'll reset here. We'll switch over to the number 96 of Greg Wharton from Thomasville, North Carolina. Greg Wharton coming across the checker flag here to take his first lap on the board here. The number 96 Moza Racing Machine to the top side of the racetrack, down the back stretch here at the Urandale Speedway. Thomasville, North Carolina. Greg Wharton down in turns 3 and 4, the middle side of the racetrack. He'll slide up out of the corner. They'll wave the white flag in the air. 5th place on the board so far for Greg Wharton. We'll switch over here to the kid Nicholas Maynard from Wilford, South Carolina, driving the number 02 Maynard Motors machine. He'll come across. He'll get the P5 spot at the current moment. Switch over here to the number 33 of Tony Cook from Greenville, South Carolina, the old timer. Down the back straightaway, trying to lock in a time here. Into turns 3 and 4, he'll tape it on the top side of the wall. He'll scrape the wall. See if the lap will count for him. He'll stay in the 13th place spot. There's the triple deuce of Chris Knighty from B-Town, Indiana. As he rounds out his final spot. Here comes Showtime Chase Johnson, the regular season point standing champion, 4-time winner on the year. Corey Riptide Tesner coming out the back end of his run there. Chris Knighty loose off the corner there. He'll round out the 9th place spot right there. And I believe that's everyone out here, ladies and gentlemen. Have anybody else on my ticker so far, so I think that'll do it. We'll go ahead and throw the qualifying results up. That'll do it for qualifying session. The number 12 of Blake Crane will take the pole here in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series Playoff Race 1, Know Your Role 100. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and take a moment of silence here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll get these guys strapped into these race cars, and we're set for 75 laps of action-packed racing here, right on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Bang, back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, just like that, excuse me. This is the I-85 Late Model Stock Series Playoff Race number 1, Know Your Role 100, live from the Irwindale Speedway. 2 weeks from now, these guys will take on the Thompson Speedway, live right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you're here and stick around, and make sure you know your role to slap that like button and press that follow button. Counting down the time here to the grid. These guys are strapping up, getting ready to set for 75 laps here. They get ready to throw all these helmets, these Hans devices, strap into these beautiful race cars here. And we'll have it right here live for you on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Don't go nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, we'll go ahead and while we're waiting on these guys to grid up here on the field, we'll throw up the playoff standings here. Chase Johnson, the regular season champion, he'll be crowned in the #1 spot here tonight. So 8 drivers advance from the regular season, either on wins and or points. The top 8 drivers advance after 3 races. We'll cut 4 drivers, and 4 of these guys will race for a championship at the Martinsville Speedway. So far, every single one of these guys, besides the number 99 of Colin Long and John Michael Bryant, is in the field here tonight. So we'll see how things shake up here for the playoffs here at the end of tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moments away here for these guys getting into these race cars. Driver introductions are right around the corner here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you go grab those cigarettes, grab those beers. It's getting ready to be an action-packed morning of live event from the I-85 Late Model Stock Series Playoff Race number 1, Know Your Role 100, live from the Irwindale Speedway. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's the sign from the tower up top for these guys to start go ahead and gridding in to the night's field here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are starting to load into the night's field. We'll start going through here, and once everybody gets in, we'll get started here on the night's Booty Scoot Racing channel starting lineup here for the I-85 Late Model Stock Series. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight. Got about 17 cars out here tonight to tackle on 75 laps here. We'll start off with the pole leader here tonight, driver the number 12. That's Blake Crane. Starting in the second place spot on the outside, driving the HendrickCars.com number 24. That's James Fountain. Starting in the third place spot tonight, driving the Flow Racing number 5, 4-time winner this season, Showtime Chase Johnson. And on the outside of him is CJR, Chase Johnson Racing teammate, driving the number 8 Napa Auto Parts machine. That's Corey Tesner. Starting in the 5th place spot tonight, driving the number 84, that's Brad Strickland. Robert Rotundo will round out the 6th place spot tonight in the number 46 Snap-On machine. Behind him, rounding out the 7th place spot, will be the number 30 of Joseph Probolinski. Jaden Johnson will round out the number 8th place spot, driving the number 9 here tonight in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series. Jaden Johnson will round out right there. Behind him will be the number 16 of Colden Waters, driving the number 16 Mid-South machine. And inside of him will be, from B-Town, Indiana, always driving the triple deuce, black and green, Chris 90. Behind them, starting in the 11th place spot, from Wilford, South Carolina, the kid, Nicholas Maynard. Starting behind Nicholas Maynard, driving the number 96 on the outside from Thomasville, North Carolina, that's Greg Ward. Behind him, driving the number 22 from High Point, North Carolina, that's Chris Schaffner. Driving the number 33, Skull Bandit, the old-timer, that's Tony Cook. And rounding out shotgun of the field tonight, driving the number 29, PRM TV, that's Kenny Jofferson. Jump up here to the front of the field, James Fountain on the outside pole, Blake Crane linking in and out here. Get that under control here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Peter the pace car out front here. The I-85 Late Model Stock Series. We're set for 75 laps here. And playoff race number 1. Win the race, you'll lock yourself in to the championship race at Martinsville here in a couple weeks, live on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. If you're qualified in the playoffs, if you check it during the commercial breaks or anytime we switch over here tonight, it'll be up in the bottom right side of the corner of the screen. Make sure you're checking it out here. A couple of these guys bringing out the old decal stickers. Love the Ford Thunderbirds out here. Nothing better than hearing 700 horsepower, 16 engines revving right by you. Peter the pace car pulled out on the pit road this time around. Blake Crane will lead them to the restart zone. And he'll fire off for green in the playoff race number 1. The Know Your Role 100 at live here at the Irwindale Speedway. Meanwhile, the number 60 of Jesse Colossi making moves here early. He'll dive underneath the number 20 triple deuce of Chris Knighty and Nicholas Maynard. Down the backstretch they go. Off at turns 3 and 4, these guys keep it together for one lap here. The number 30 driving on the inside of Jaden Jackson, driving the number 9, Jaden Johnson, 3 wide already will be the number 84, Bradley Strickland. Trying to make something shake. He'll be all over the ascent of Corey Tesner and Chase Johnson. Chase Johnson will scoot to the outside of the racetrack off turns 3 and 4. The number 84, Bradley Strickland, trying to make something shake. Meanwhile, the number 9 of Jaden Johnson will cut the fastest time there. To blink in and blink out. Chase Johnson will just fall behind the number 84 there. A little accordion effect with the number 46 of Robert Rotondo. The number 60 will jump right into the ass end of the number 30. That's Jesse Colossi. The number 30 will go around. Joseph Problinski hard into the outside wall here on the start-finish line. We'll have to back that ass up as we always do here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for an I-85 late model stock series instant replay. The number 30 of Joseph Problinski. We've seen him get the back bumper from the number 60 of Jesse Colossi here. Him and Colton Waters will bang doors out of the corner. Let's take a look, see exactly what happened. See him scrape the wall there. Colton Waters 3 wide with the number 96 of Greg Wharton. He'll get into the right left quarter panel and sit him around. He'll save it. But that thing is toast to number 22 of Chris Schaffner. Nowhere to go. We'll get into the ass end of the number 30 of Joseph Problinski. He'll flip that race car around here. We'll jump back up here to the race leader. That's Blake Crane. He's led them all so far here. 4 laps complete in the I-85 late model stock series. Peter the pace car waiting for the leader, Blake Crane, to come back around here. He'll pull back out on the race track. There he goes, the number 12 of Blake Crane, the race leader here in the I-85 late model stock series playoff race number 1 at the Irwindale Speedway. Corey Tesner rounding out the 5th place spot there. Robert Rotundo and the rest of the field will catch the back end of Peter the pace car here under caution for the first time tonight here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Number 96 of Greg Wharton from Thomasville, North Carolina. Hi, Mom. Shout out to Miss Wharton here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The number 96 Monza racing machine is in the 9th place spot currently at this time. Chris Knighty will bring it down pit road. You see it right there. Corey Tesner rounding out the 5th place spot. These guys are going to get the 1 to green signal next time around. We'll double foul them back up. We'll get steaking and shaking and baking here on the Booty Scoot Racing. Meanwhile, Blake Crane, the race leader, with James Fallon on his outside. Bradley Strickland in the 3rd place spot with Corey Tesner in the 5th place spot. 1 to green this time around. Excuse me, folks, as I lie to you here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll throw it up to the chopper cam this time around. Might have to throw the blimp up because Billy the blimp up there is going to be giving us some action-packed shots all night long. Just look down on the number 46 of Robert Rotundo. Blake Crane will lead them back to the restart zone here. We'll wave it off. We'll go 1 more lap here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you slap that like button, press that follow button so you don't miss a thing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you check us out Monday night. The Madness Racing League Cup Series playoff race number 2 from the Bristol Motor Speedway. Underneath the high banks at the short half mile, the world's fastest half mile. Make sure you check it out right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Nicholas Maynard driving on 0-2 in the field tonight right there. 2 weeks ago at the Miami Homestead Speedway. He'll race for a championship in a couple of weekends. But who's going to race for a championship here tonight in the late model stock series? Blake Crane will fire back off here in the restart zone. The number number 60, Jesse Clossy. Look over the number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesla. The door bank, he'll go around. Caution flag will fly here as quick as we can go back green on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We really don't need a commercial break or replay, excuse me here, but we'll back it up for an instant replay. As we know what happened there. So number 60 of Jesse Clossy will just slide it on Corey Riptide Tesner. Not able to hold it. He'll go around here in front of the fans on turn 1 into turns 2. We'll try to spin that race car around. Jesse Clossy will bring out the second caution flag here tonight. The I-85 late model stock series. We'll jump back up here to the race leader, Blake Crane. He'll come around the front stretch. Peter the pace car, ready to fire that race car back up of his and get back out there and pace this field here. Hopefully can knock off some laps here on the I-85 late model stock series. Robert Rotundo will round out the top 5 position. Chase Johnson in the 4th position. James Fountain down a spot. He's in the 3rd place spot. Bradley Strickland in the 2nd place spot. And the race leader, Blake Crane, here waiting on the pit car. Or Peter the pace car, excuse me. Blake Crane has led them all here so far. The Irwindale Speedway right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll take our first commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. Bang, just like that, back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We appreciate all the likes and the follows in the chat. Welcome to the racetrack. Welcome to the Booty Scoot Racing game. Glad to have you here. Make sure you check us out all the time here, weekly, almost daily on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, bringing you something nice from the iRacing platform. Blake Crane, the race leader here with Bradley Strickland on the outside. James Fountain will get the 3rd place spot with Corey Showtime Chase Johnson in the 4th place spot. 2 playoff drivers here in the I-85 late model stock series. Chase Johnson, James Fountain will get a great launch there. James Fountain will take it down the bottom side of the racetrack off through turns 1 and 2. Corey Riptide Tesner will battle door-to-door with the number 46 of Robert Rotundo. 13 laps complete here in the I-85 late model stock series playoff race number 1. Know Your Role 100 live from the Irwindale Speedway. That's Nicholas Maynard back there slow. He'll let the number 22 of Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina. A couple Carolina kids are going to battle it out here. One on the top side of the racetrack, one on the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll power pass. Meanwhile, the old-timer Tony Cook driving the number 33, Harry Gant Skull Bandit. We're going to make something shake here tonight in the I-85 late model stock series. He currently rounds out the 10th place spot as they run here. If we can ever peel off some clean green flag laps here, we should be on for some action here. As we see Colton Waters and Chris Schaffner putting on a show here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. High Point, North Carolina, Chris Schaffner. Make sure you go check him out here on the TikTok platform. Just look up Fabric Schaffner, Chris Schaffner, you name it. You can catch him out here in the live stream, doing his thing on the Booty Scoot Racing channel here tonight, though. He'll battle door-to-door and Tony Cook here off turn 2. Down the back straightaway they'll go. The old-timer not giving Chris Schaffner any inches to spare here in the turns 3 and 4. Colton Waters, meanwhile, will put the gas down. He'll try to drive around, and he'll clear himself down the back front straightaway here. Blake Crane, the race leader here. Bradley Strickland in 2nd. James Fountain in 3rd here. Meanwhile, they've single-filed themselves pretty much throughout the field here. James Fountain. Chase Johnson here will round out the 3rd and 4th place spots. Chase Johnson's under attack by Robert Rotundo here. Corey Riptide Tesner trying to make something shake here. They were in no speed. Finally peeling off some laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Corey Riptide Tesner is rounding out the 6th place spot right now. The number 96 of Greg Wharton rolling slowly to the back bumper. The number 8 of Corey Riptide Tesner here. Greg Wharton from Thomasville, North Carolina. Hi, Mom. Shout out to your mom. As he tries to diamond the corner through turns 1 and 2. All over the back bumper of Corey Riptide Tesner will throw it in the battle box here for the first time tonight. That's the battle for the 5th place spot between Corey Tesner and Greg Wharton. You see they're about a 2nd behind the 4th place spot of Showtime Chase Johnson. And he just gets passed by the number 46 of Robert Rotundo. Robert Rotundo playing defense here at the Irwindale Speedway. Meanwhile, Greg Wharton way off a little bit, try to save something here on the back end of the run here. youngest man on the battle box here. 21 laps complete here in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series playoff race. Know Your Role 100. Greg Gordon, Colton Waters going to battle it door to door here off turns 2. Down the back straight away they go. Mobile, Alabama, excuse me. U.S. veteran Colton Waters on the outside will battle door to door here for the number 96 of Greg Gordon. He'll fit in into the hole right in front of the number 33 of Tony Cook. Absolute great track awareness. Tony Cook will roll it into the back bumper, the number 96. Letting him know that he's there as they'll dive into turns 3 and 4. Greg Gordon ripping the top side of the racetrack here, putting on a show for the Booty Scoot Racing fan. Colton Waters will able to clear himself still there one more time. 23 laps complete here. Bradley Strickland that will get around. Meanwhile, the race leader Blake Crane off the racetrack, electrical issues here, so Bradley Strickland will retake the lead over James Fountain here. James Fountain trying to put something together here. 24 laps complete here in the Know Your Role 100. James Fountain will scrape the wall there. As he tries to run down the race leader, Tony Cook gets tagged. He'll go around. Caution flag will fly here. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, as we always do for an I-95 Late Model Stock Series instant replay. That's the number 33, the old-timer Tony Cook. Him and Chris Schaffner were battling it out there, and they might have a little contact here. Let's take a look. Going into the corner, see exactly what happened. It's Tony Cook and Chris Schaffner. Chris Schaffner just getting there a little hot there. He'll get into the ass end of Tony Cook. He'll drift it around the fans here. The Arrowdale Speedway off turns 1 and 2. They'll throw their hands up because they love what they just seen. The old-timer Tony Cook brings out the third caution here tonight. The I-95 Late Model Stock Series playoff race at the Arrowdale Speedway. The old-timer and Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina make contact there. No damage on either race car here. We'll be able to throw this one off to the side here. We'll re-rack them here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 25 laps complete here out of 75. We're a quarter of the way through. We're a third of the way through, I should say. Peter the pace car out on the racetrack. And he'll pull in front of the number 84 of Bradley Strickland here. Your race leader at the Arrowdale Speedway. We'll be right back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Make sure you slap that like button. Press that follow button so you don't miss a thing here. The race is coming weekly right at you. Here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain will restart on the outside here with Bradley Strickland as the race leader. Showtime Chase Johnson, one of the playoff drivers, along with James Fountain here. 2 playoff drivers in the top 3 here, trying to find a spot here in the championship race. They can get it. Colton Waters to round out the 5th place spot here. Robert Rotondo in the 2nd row here. Neither one of these guys playoff drivers, but Corey Riptide Tesner, the next playoff driver, back in the number 8 spot. So a couple of playoff drivers trying to make something shake here on the I-85 Late Model Stock Series playoff race number 1. We're back green here at the Arrowdale Speedway. Great restarts for all these guys. The number triple deuce of Chris Knight. He'll take it down the bottom side of the racetrack back here. Tony Cook will make contact with the number 29 of Kenny Jofferson. Kenny Jofferson able to shake it back around here. Tony Cook just got contact from the number 22 of Chris Schaffner. And then meanwhile, these two are going to battle it out. Tony Cook is going to lose a little bit here. Nicholas Maynard rounding out the tail end of the field here. Not sure if something's up with that race car. He's going to try to make a run here on the back half. We can ever peel off some green flag laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chase Johnson will take it to the back bumper, the number 46 of Robert Rotondo. Chase Johnson, racing teammate of Corey Tesner in that yellow Number 8 Napa Auto Parts machine right there. With Riptide Tesner. We call him Riptide because he's not afraid to get up on that fence and make something shake here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You see it right there. Get too far up here at the Irwindale Speedway. You'll be playing with marbles. These guys hauling ass here at the Irwindale Speedway. 32 laps complete here in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series playoff race number 1. Know Your Role 100. Corey Tesner, the fastest lap on the racetrack that time around. James Fountain, the second place spot. It's got the gap closed up between him and the third place spot of Robert Rotundo. Meanwhile, 4-time winner so far this year, Showtime Chase Johnson driving the Flow Racing number 5 machine, looking low under the number 46, trying to make something shake here at the Irwindale Speedway. Is Chase Johnson racing teammate Corey Tesner will follow in the line right behind him will be Colton Waters, and then the number 96 of Greg Wharton. Watch Greg Wharton and Colton Waters exchange slide jobs earlier, battle door to door with one another. Can Greg Wharton get back to the back bumper here, Thomasville, North Carolina? Greg Wharton, tons of fans in the stands right there. You see them, they'll cheer off turns 4, throw their beers in the air. It's the number 96. Greg Wharton will roll by there across the front stretch here, hauling ass here. Meanwhile, Corey Tesner was losing a little bit of gap between him and Showtime Chase Johnson. Bradley Strickland in control here at the Irwindale Speedway in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series playoff race. Know Your Role 100. These guys trying to put on a show for you folks here. Finally getting some green flag laps here. That's Kenny Jokerson driving the number 29 PSR TV Late Model Stock, making his I-85 Late Model Stock Series debut tonight, filling in the field. Number 29 will take to the high side of the racetrack here, trying to run down the number 22. But Chris Schaffner driving that number 22 DuPont Late Model Stock machine from High Point, North Carolina. Shout out to Ryan Blaney, also from High Point, North Carolina, the best NASCAR driver on the circuit. It's Chris Schaffner trying to do his thing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Corey Riptide Tesner, meanwhile, third fastest on the racetrack that time around. Yes, third fastest. Quickest lap right there belongs to the number 46 of Robert Rotundo. Meanwhile, he'll slip up through turns 1 and 2. Chase Johnson will be all over the left rear quarter panel of him. Showtime Chase Johnson make the move off turns 3 and 4. Not able to get it done yet. They'll battle door to door across the front stretch. Meanwhile, Robert Rotundo will redeem the third place spot there. Battle box will go up here, as they always do for the excellent battles that these kids put on here. That's the battle for the third place spot between Robert Rotundo and Showtime Chase Johnson. Corey Tesner will scrape the fence up there on the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson all over the back bumper with the number 46. Can he make a move up here in the turns 1 and 2? He won't be able to. He'll lift a little earlier, trying to dive in the corner to get around the number 46. Will he be able to get it? He'll power down the back straightaway. He'll get the door all the way up to the front fender, excuse me. Not able to complete the pass, though, into turns 3 and 4. Up off 4. Across the front stretch, Chase Johnson will get the third place spot during the lap. They'll make contact in the turns 1 and 2. Battle box will go up. Meanwhile, James Fountain will look in his mirror, see what he likes. He'll see Chase Johnson get around the number 46 of Robert Rotundo. Chase Johnson on the move here at the Irwindale Speedway in the playoff race number 1, trying to lock his position in to the championship race at the Martinsville Speedway. 4-time winner so far this year. So diamond down the bottom side of the racetrack, Colton Waters back here trying to run down Greg Wharton, who will get around Colton Waters and set sail. He's already rolled back to the back bumper of the number 8 of Corey Tesner. Greg Wharton on the move here, up 6 spots since the restart, trying to make something shake here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The Thomasville, North Carolina driver look to the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, that's Corey Riptide Tesner trying to diamond down. He's seen what his Chase Johnson Racing teammate of Chase Johnson done, driver owner of Chase Johnson Racing. Meanwhile, James Fountain will look down the bottom side of the racetrack. Chase Johnson will get a run off the corner. He'll make it. Where there's no room to spare, it'll be Showtime Chase Johnson, James Fountain, and then the race leader, Brad Strickland, battling here at the Irwindale Speedway for the race lead. 3-wide battle for the race lead here. 44 coming to 45 laps complete in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series playoff race number 1. Know Your Role 100. Brad Strickland will stay in the middle side of the racetrack, make sure nobody can try to get around him. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson will lift early. He'll put the power down. He'll try to go around. Chase Johnson on the charge here. We're here in South Carolina. Chase Johnson, they'll make contact through turns 3 and 4. He'll get around the race leader. Chase Johnson in control here at the Irwindale Speedway. Bradley Strickland will roll back to the back bumper of Chase Johnson, but won't put it to him. They'll have to try to settle in here. Log off some laps. Brad Strickland trying to run down the race leader, Chase Johnson. 46 out of 75 laps complete here on the Speedway Racing channel. We'll take our final break here of the night. We'll go live here for an I-85 late model stock series. Fast and loud. We'll ride on board with some of these guys. Get you right down there on the racetrack for this action-packed racing. The more you slap that like button and press that follow button, the louder it gets. Channel, the number 96 of Greg Morgan is absolutely on the charge here. The fastest lap around last time. Second fastest that time with a 1913. Quickest lap in front of him was a 1907, ran by the number 8 Corey Riptide Tesner. Infinite Showtime Chase Johnson racing teammate had crawled out to the P1 and P2 spot here. Chase Johnson racing coming to the racetrack tonight, playing no games. 2 playoff drivers rounding out the first 2 top spots here. James Fountain will get the 3rd place spot here, trying to make something shake. Greg Wharton up 8 spots from the start of the race here. The number 96 from Thomasville, North Carolina. Bring it here, the Irwindale Speedway tonight, trying to make something shake here. 20 laps to go. As he saved enough in that race car to get to the race leader, Chase Johnson. Meanwhile, Colton Waters on the move here as well, up to the top 5 spot here. Up 5 spots in the back of the field. Trying to piece together something out of the 16 mid-south machine. Did he save a little bit on the back end of that run here? Corey Tesner. Tony Cook and Nicholas Maynard here. Nicholas Maynard will finally get around the triple deuce of Chris Knighty here. They've been battling for the last 50-something laps here. Corey Tesner will shoot back over to the race leader, trying to run down the race leader of Showtime Chase Johnson. You see the gap right there. Chase Johnson will just scrape the wall. That'll hurt that race car a little bit. You see the gap shrink up big time there. We don't see much damage across the number 5 with Showtime Chase Johnson. His 2 teammates will run out right behind him. Greg Wharton trying to run down the race leaders here. Colton Waters and Robert Rotundo trying to run down Kenny Joseph and Chris Schaffner. Tony Cook will meet once more here at the Irwindale Speedway. Contact made between the 2 earlier tonight, which led with Tony Cook going around. Chris Schaffner look in his mirror. He knows what's coming if he gets there. Meanwhile, Nicholas Maynard trying to run down the rest of the pack here as he finally gets around Chris Knighty here. Chris Knighty in danger, going a lap down. You see it right there. There's Chris Knighty. Showtime Chase Johnson, the race leader, should be going into turns 3 here pretty soon. We'll go over to Showtime. There he is right there, going into turns 3 and 4 now. So they got to be going on the move here. Greg Morgan doing exactly that, trying to make something shake here. The BBC Racing Channel. Kenny Joseph on the top side of the racetrack will not let Chris Schaffner from High Point, North Carolina, get an inch around, and Chris Schaffner look down the inside this time around, not able to do it. Tony Cook will roll up to the back bumper on the outside. 33 Skull Bandit, old timer Tony Cook will look around the number 22 of Chris Schaffner. Chris Schaffner stuck down the bottom side of the racetrack. Tony Cook on the move here at the Irwindale Speedway. Tony Cook saved a little bit of something in that 33 Skull Bandit machine here with 15 laps remaining. Showtime Chase Johnson slowly pulling away here. The Irwindale Speedway, Corey Tesner trying to run him down here. James Fountain in the 3rd place spot. 3 playoff guys rounding out the top 3 spots. One of these guys can win the race here tonight. They'll lock their spot into the Martinsville championship race. Chase Johnson, they're currently the race leader, but Greg Wharton now under attack from the number 16 of Colton Waters from Mobile, Alabama. He'll look down the bottom side of the racetrack. Colton Waters must have saved something in that late model number 16 machine. He'll come to the top side of the racetrack this time around. Tony Cook trying to run down now the number 46 of Robert Rotundo. Nicholas Maynard is caught up to the group now as well. He's got something to say. He's in the party now. Here comes the 02 of Nicholas Maynard now. He must have saved something in that race car as well. Got some guys on the charge here. Tony Cook will look down on the inside of the number 46 of Robert Rotundo. He'll get it. They'll make contact into turns 1 and 2. They'll door bang. Flip it back down here close to the racetrack. James Fountain, meanwhile, will get around. Corey Tesner, if he'll ever get there, he's closed the gap big time for that second place spot. Meanwhile, Chase Johnson selling away here at the Irwindale Speedway. 3 wide here at the Irwindale Speedway. Nicholas Maynard down on the bottom side there. We'll have to shoot that down into the corner for damn sure. It's Robert Rotundo down on the top side of the racetrack. Kenny Jokison trying to stick it up the middle. Nicholas Maynard will close the door on him down in the turns 3 and 4. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack, the kid goes, trying to diamond out of it. Will he get around the number 46? He will. The old 3-for-1 for the 02 of Nicholas Maynard from Wilford, South Carolina. He'll get 3 spots, 1 corner. Him and Tony Cook on the move here. They must have saved something again on the back end of this run. Meanwhile, 3 playoff guys battling it out here for the race win, but Chase Johnson starting to check out here. This is Chase Johnson racing teammate Corey Tesner going down the backstretch now with James Fountain, the other playoff contender. You see the gap. Meanwhile, Chris Knighty running for his life here at the Irwindale Speedway. Try not to get lapped. Greg Wharton just ran the fastest lap on the racetrack that time around, a 19:14. Quickest one next to him was a 19:20 from the race leader of Showtime, Chase Johnson. Meanwhile, Greg Wharton under attack here, trying to get down to Colton Waters as he's in that final 5th place spot, but not being full-time in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series. He won't score the points for the 5th playing spot here tonight. Meanwhile, if Tony Cook or Nicholas Maynard get up to that 5th place spot, they could get some points in the bank for them. Now the other 2 playoff drivers, meanwhile, these 2 trying to run each other down here with 7 laps remaining. Chase Johnson, his Flow Racing machine, will catch up to the back bumper of Chris Knighty here, really put him a lap down. Greg Wharton, Tony Cook, Nicholas Maynard. You see the gap right there, about 11 seconds behind the race leader, Chase Johnson. He'll go around the bottom side of the racetrack around the triple deuce of Chris Knighty. Chris Knighty will go a lap down here at the Irwindale Speedway. And trying to fight something back here on the back end, get his lap back before the end of the race here. Corey Riptide Tesner and James Fountain. Colton Waters on the move here. He's closed that gap up to James Fountain for that 3rd place spot here. Tony Cook and Nicholas Maynard continue to battle it out here for the 6th place spot. Nicholas Maynard just can't seem to get around. The old timer here, the kid and the old timer battling it out here at the Irwindale Speedway. In the playoff race, trying to run down Colton Waters and Greg Wharton for the 4th and 5th place spot if they could ever get him. But meanwhile, Chase Johnson will pull around the number 46 of Robert Rotundo, who had a decently race car in the first half of the race. He's beat the hell out of it on that outside wall there. Chase Johnson will put 2 guys in between him and the next playoff guy, Corey Riptide Tesner here, and James Fountain here with 3 laps remaining. He'll come off turns 3 and 4 this time around to the 2 laps to go mark. Tony Cook and Nicholas Maynard continuing to battle it out here at the Irwindale Speedway. Chase Johnson, 4-time winner so far this season in the I-85 Late Model Stock Series from Greer, South Carolina. If he can just bring it around here one more time, as he'll see the white flag this time around, sponsored by AFLglobal.com. Chase Johnson could win his way into the Martinsville Championship race, but Corey Tesner now will get around the lap cars along with James Fountain. He'll get mixed in the mix. Chase Johnson will pull up behind the number 29 of Kenny Jokison for the final time tonight through turns 3 and 4. Showtime Chase Johnson will come off turns 4, and he will score victory here tonight in the KnowYourRole 100, the playoff race number 1 for the I-85 Late Model Stock Series. Pick up right where he left off here for his 5th win on the season, and he'll race for a championship at the Martinsville Speedway. Corey Riptide Tesler will bring home the 2nd place spot in his Chase Johnson racing teammate. Colton Waters able to get around James Fountain there for that 3rd place spot. James Fountain off the racetrack. Greg Wharton able to get the 5th place spot. Tony Cook and Nicholas Maynard put on a show. Tony Cook will get the 6th place spot over Nicholas Maynard, but meanwhile, Chase Johnson Racing comes to play tonight here at the Irwindale Speedway. They'll take the top 2 spots here. 2 playoff drivers. Big nights for them. Corey Tesner scoring some excellent, much-needed points. Chase Johnson locking himself into the Martinsville Speedway here. Turn that race car around and burn it down on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The number 29 and Kenny Jofferson bring home the 9th place spot here tonight. Stay on the lead lap. Chase Johnson will bring that race car around here, the Irwindale Speedway, and he'll win and score the roll. Know your role 100. Chase Johnson seems to know his role, and that is as a contestant in the championship race at the Martinsville Speedway. For the 5th time this year, your race winner, Chase Johnson. Pull up the race results here as Fred the Flagman is waving the checker flag for Showtime Chase Johnson. You see it right there, your race winner, driving the number 5, Flow Racing. Chase Johnson Racing Machine, Corey Riptide Tesner will get the 2nd place spot. Right there, the Chase Johnson Racing program will take the top 2 spots here. Colin Waters will get the 3rd place spot. James Fountain will get the 4th place spot. Greg Gordon will get the 5th place spot, excuse me. Tony Cook will get the 6th place spot, with Nicholas Maynard rounding out that 7th place spot. Chris Schaffner will get the 8th place spot, with Kenny Jofferson bringing home the 29 machine in the 9th place spot. Chris O'Nighty will finish the lap down here in the 10th place spot. Another top 10 for the kid of Chris Nighty. Bad fast here tonight. He's not able to make it shake out. Robert Rotundo will go a lap down as well. He'll finish the 11th place spot. Bradley Strickland will get the 12th place spot. Blake Crane will get the 13th place spot. Jesse Clossy will get the 14th place spot. Jaden Johnson will get the 15th place spot. And Joseph Prybolinski will take out the field early here at the Irwindale Speedway, and he'll get the final 16th place spot here. But tonight, all belongs to Showtime Chase Johnson, as he'll score the victory here at the Irwindale Speedway, and he'll race for a championship at the Martinsville Speedway. And his Chase Johnson Racing teammate, Corey Riptide Tesner, gets some much-needed points. And these two should sit high on top of the playoff standings here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We appreciate you guys coming out here tonight at the Irwindale Speedway. Chase Johnson scores his 5th victory on the year, live here at the Irwindale Speedway on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll see you Monday night for the Madness Racing League Cup Series, live, right here.